Good morning, welcome everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'm going to be giving you a prediction reading for the 9th of November. Now if you are new here, please consider subscribing. I do pretty much daily videos. They are for entertainment purposes only, guys, as well, so take from them what you choose. Please hit those like buttons, guys, and please comment down below. We talk to each other here. We've built a little community of like-minded people, so certainly feel free to comment. And also thank you guys for all your wonderful feedback and comments. It really helps me a lot to know that we're sort of getting some things right, and I appreciate your feedback about the little card pulling at the end of each video, guys. I have started pulling a card for my viewers. I pull 2 viewers at the end of each video, so look out for those. If you haven't seen yours, the ones I've already pulled are Jen, Tarika Stokes, Ronnie B, Louise Hayden, Pamela Colley, Taffy, Martin and Amber. So make sure you go check those out in the previous videos, guys. And I've got 2 more surprises to pull out today, 2 more people. So stay watching for that till the end, guys. I'll do that at the end. All right, now, cheers everyone, I've got my coffee. It's raining here again today, so I'm going to be painting my black lounge room, trying to get that finished before my lounge arrives, which will be soon. Now, first off, I've got a little bit of admin from Australia. You know that we always do. First off, yes. Oh, hang on. I've got the wrong... Oh, here it is. I've got the wrong notes. You know what I'm like? I'm always very organised, guys. We've had a shit storm down under. Hence, I've got the Aussie flag. This is our original Aussie flag. I know it's different. It's not the blue one. This is the original Aussie flag. And it's upside down because we're still, I think, personally, a nation in distress. These are the flags my hubby and I used when we went to the marches in Canberra and all this sort of stuff. Way back when, a couple of years ago now, the protest marches. So we're still, I would say I can leave it upside down because I think Australia's pretty much not in a good way, especially if, well, Elbow has been meeting with Xi Jinping in Panda. Things can't be great anyway. But getting back to massive shitstorm here in Australia yesterday. Oh, man. I wonder if Elbow had anything to do with this. There was a big telco outage and it was with Optus. Optus went down, meaning it's a communication network. Oh, Chris, you'll be laughing at this because we talk about this together all the time, don't we? And they're saying it's the worst one in history, which I actually think it was actually because it affected 10 million people across Australia. 10 million people. And I'm not joking, they couldn't use their phones. They couldn't open their phones. They couldn't use their phones. And what they're saying, I think there's going to be a bit of an inquiry into it because they couldn't even ring 000, which is our emergency number here, 000. They couldn't even ring if there was an emergency. Like pretty major. Oh, my God. And it's funny because I went to the chemist in the morning yesterday and the machine wouldn't work. And I said, oh, are you guys with Optus? Because I knew I wasn't. And they went, oh, I think we are. And I said, oh, looks like you're going to have to put a cash only sign up. Secretly, I'm like giggling to myself because that's what we love, isn't it, guys? And this will wake a lot of people up. I think that's why we've got to look at these things as positive when they happen, guys. I mean, these sort of things are happening globally. So it's waking people up because people are going to go, oh, crap. What happens if this keeps happening when we're a cashless society? Not going to go so well and so smooth, is it? So the chemist, luckily I had been to the teller machine earlier because I always like to carry a little bit of cash on me. You know what we're like, us BS detectors. We're always prepared, aren't we, for these things? And so I had cash and I could pay cash. So that was very lucky. So I just went on my merry way. And then I walked the dogs with my dog whisperer, Sandy, you all know, that wrote the book Finding Stillness by Liliana Riven on Amazon, if anyone's interested. And we were sitting there having lunch. We went to our little cafe because she's a vegan. And this guy came out with his phone and he's going, are you girls locals? And we're like, yeah. And he goes, is your phone playing up? And we went, oh. And we both looked at him because neither of us are Optus. And we go, are you with Optus? And he went, yeah. And we went, oh, no. They're having an outage today. And he was like really panicked. He was like a bit freaked out actually. And he went, what? He said, I can't even, and he showed us, he couldn't even open it at all. And I said, well, if you go around, you know, you can get some cash because he wanted to buy something from the cafe. And I said, if you go around to teller machines at the front, you can kind of just get some cash out. And he went, I can't. It's on my phone. So the cards were all on his phone. Chris, this is what we talk about all the time, isn't it? He couldn't even get his cards up to like zap anything. Oh, interesting. Just a little minor hiccup there. And he couldn't even ring anybody. We offered him our phones if he needed to ring anyone. And then he said, oh, no, my friend's inside and she's actually got cash on her. So he was lucky. But imagine if you were on your own and you'd driven to a different town or something and you didn't have cash, couldn't open your phone. I'm not joking. They couldn't even make an emergency call. So, yeah, a little bit of distress here. It's a little bit major. So there you go. It's all happening down under, guys. Maybe that was the tsunami wave. I wonder if it's been done intentionally. Oh, but they've guaranteed on the news. Oh, we do love the news for a good clown show laugh, don't we? On the news, they actually did say that they're it's nothing to do with hacking. Yeah, what happened last time with Optus, the same network. I think it was last year. It just goes on and on and on, doesn't it? They could feed us anything. Actually, guys, just speaking of, that's funny. I just was watching Clown Planet. You know, a lot of us watch Clown Planet, which is Carl Vernon. Hilarious. He's in the UK. And he had a video. I think it was Carl. Yeah, it was Clown Planet. I think it was. And he had Jacinda Ardern from New Zealand on there. And she must be at the Earth shot with William. And she was just discussing how it's such an urgent problem. It's right in front of our faces, climate change, you know, the usual global warming issues. And they're just so hypocritical, aren't they? She's saying it just has to be addressed and it can't just be the global elites. No, she didn't say elites, but the people in charge that are the only ones doing anything. In other words, she was guilting like little people and peasants, the Lego people, into doing something. But meanwhile, flew there probably on her jet and everything. We know how it goes here. So I'm sure we'll be seeing a little bit of Jacinda at the moment. I'll post that to my Facebook page, guys, because it's pretty funny sitting listening to Jacinda. Oh, that's Jacinda Ardern, if you're new here. The ex-Prime Minister of New Zealand has been promoted to Earthshot with the Royal Kardashians. And then there was another little video that popped up today, guys, that I would like you to check out a couple of videos on. There's a Senator Rennick, but there's also this guy called Malcolm Roberts that I've told you about that really fight in Parliament for the truths to come out. And he's calling out, in this particular video, he's calling out the government health authorities. And he's questioning them as to why. I'm not going to talk about it too much because we know it's a very delicate, fine line subject that there's only one narrative on YouTube. And he's calling out the amount of excess deaths from 2022 and why it's so high. And he shows the graph and it goes like this and then it goes quite high. And they actually were saying that they were a little bit baffled as to what might have caused it. And that was excluding any CV deaths. But they actually started, because they had no answers, they started to still blame the virus because they said perhaps there are people out there that are undiagnosed with the virus. It just goes around in circles, guys. I know what you're all thinking, but we won't go down that road because we know on this channel, all your comments and everything gets taken away. So we're just not going to go there, guys. All right, how about I close my eyes, guys? We'll get started and we'll see what comes up today. So it's all happening down under. I'm sure we'll be hearing more about Panda and what happened with Elbow. So far, we've only heard about him, like I said yesterday, talking about the Tasmanian devil. Excuse me. Oh, cool, guys, such a lady. And the panda bear that apparently we had on loan. Thank you for sharing that. We had on loan. Don't know, it's too weird. We haven't actually got down to the nitty-gritty facts of what actually went on in those meetings. All right, let's get started, guys, and we'll see what comes up. Gosh, they're giving me visuals, and this isn't of us. This is of the people waking up that are trying to navigate the shit show now. I keep talking about the Crime Investigation Board and they're piecing everything together. Well, it's showing me them like doing braille. You know how you get those bumps that blind people, my cat's blind, if you hear her, anyone new here, squawking, she's got this terrible meow. But I'm getting braille. It's like people are feeling their way through this nightmare now. It's showing me, and see, if you think about it, the reason we're getting the braille, braille is the dot language that blind people use. And it's even on, if you think about it, it's like bumps on paving too. You'll see those yellow strips sometimes in malls and in the inner cities, so people can use their canes and things and they can feel the bumps. I'm getting that. This is what they're saying to me. The people waking up have to use their senses. And that's why I'm getting this touch as an example with the braille. They're having to feel their way forward. They're having to feel their way through this. They're having to navigate it, well, blindly. And it's showing me them with the cane. Because what the guides are saying is they can't see what's in front of them. They can't see it. See, they haven't been able to see it for, 4 years, guys. If you're on my channel, you see it. You've awakened. You know what's going on. You know there's BS and garbage being fed to us en masse pretty much. But these people are still starting to find their way to the truth, So it's showing me them with like a cane walking blindly into the unknown, really. And that's why we're getting this braille, because they're having to use their senses. See, touch is a big sense as well. When I do Qigong, they do a lot of this rubbing and heating up of your hands and that, and rubbing your wrists. And so touch is a big thing that stimulates the senses. It stimulates the mind. And obviously, if someone's reading braille, they're getting information. So I am feeling that now these people waking up, their senses are really starting to get heightened, which is good, because that's what moving from the 3D to the 5D is, as we know on this channel. It's moving into better awarenesses, listening to your gut feelings. We keep saying it, listening to your gut, listening to your intuition, not ignoring, your little signs, synchronicities and messages you might be receiving. Well, that's what they're having to do now. They're having to walk blindly. So now, if you don't have your vision, for example, just saying like with the blind, someone, for example, here's an example. If you were sitting and you're meditating, right? This would be an example, and your eyes are closed, all your other senses are going to really start to heighten. It's automatic. That's what happens. It's like my blind cat Charlie when she does her echolocation, squawking, meow. Her hearing's heightened. She's listening. She can't use her eyes, so she's listening. She's feeling. She feels with her whiskers. They hit the walls and she knows to turn the corner. This kind of thing. So this is why we're getting this image of these people waking up, because they're having to tune into their senses. Yay! It's so good. They're waking up, guys. Cheers! Music to our ears, isn't it? Hearing that people are getting the truth and waking up. It's been a long 4 years, hasn't it, guys? All right, let's see where else we go. And they're even showing me like this, like a lake. They're showing me a lake with like pebbles and like a beautiful serene lake. And these people waking up are dipping their toe in. It's showing me them dipping their toe in. It's causing this ripple effect. So they're dipping their toe in, and this is about the truth. They've taken off the bubble denial suits now. I've talked about that in the past, that a lot of them wore denial suits. They didn't want to look at the truth. But now it's like they're easing into the truth. It's like, say, the water in the lake's really, really cold and icy, and you dip your toe in just to test the water and see what it's like. Well, that's what's happening with these people, but they're eventually going to have to plunge in and just go full on and dive straight in. And it is a shock. It's like if you go into icy water, it's a shock. All this is a shock. People finding out on their crime investigation board and starting to dip their toe in now to the cold water and realising that perhaps you've been lied to. I said that yesterday, lied to by your government, your doctors. Oh, and we know who the best ones that lie are. Oh, yes, mainstream media, not to forget. That's not a nice feeling, is it? Because then what happens is the trust drops moving forward as well. Like, who do you trust? How do you trust your government? And you know what always amazed me during all this, guys, and I'm sure you guys are the same globally. Why do people trust their government? History shows that presidents, prime ministers, and all of the above lie. They're always known as being liars. They'll lie to get the votes. Then they get in. Look at Elbow. Completely lied through his backside and has delivered nothing. It's not uncommon, but people put all their faith and trust in their government. I don't understand it. And I think that's probably the big question that most of us here would ask. Why did they trust their government? But now, when the truth starts to come out and things start to unfold, man, these people are really not going to trust their government. They're going to be very cautious. All right, let's keep going. I'm getting Spain, Madrid, Portugal. I'm getting backlash, like a lot of backlash. Street fights, backlash. Could be immigration, or it could be even about the pro-Palestinian Israel. Hasn't that got out of hand everywhere? I don't think anywhere is missing out on all of this stuff. Those marches and protests about this globally, Gaza, whatever you want to call it, it's getting worse. We've got them really bad here in Australia as well. Down in Melbourne, they're even blocking the ports from allowing ships from Israel in with imports and all this kind of stuff now. It's getting crazy. I know in London you guys have got it crazy, but I am feeling like these things are kind of growing. We've even got teacher strikes here in South Australia as well today about pay. Just to let you guys know, their protest. So I'm getting that these areas are also going to start having protests. Oh, sorry guys. Could be cost of living too. But you know what it really is? And this is what I'm trying to probably say here. It's the anger beast mode that people are waking up and they're getting really pissed off. And they're pissed off. So when an opportunity arises, for example, Israel protests, etc., pro-Palestine, whatever, it triggers people into a frenzy. And same with teachers' strikes, things over money, not getting paid enough. That's another way to trigger people off. Anything seems to be triggering people off, have you noticed, guys? So we're going to get more of this towards Christmas. This is still going to keep building. The anger beast mode still going to keep building. So be very careful, guys. Be very, very careful. Stay out of any nonsense and garbage. It's crucial. All right. I'm getting like trigger warnings for us. I'm getting ignore things that trigger us off. I feel like, and I think we all know, the CV virus is immortal and it keeps like coming our way. Not our way particularly, but it does sort of enter into our space a little bit with the ripple effect that I always talk about. We have to ignore it. We don't want to put any energy or thoughts on it. We're all going to cop it because it's going to be in our faces. We're going to see it on the news, or we're going to hear it from someone like, oh, I just got my extra shot today, my booster top up or picky top up or whatever you want to call it. There's nothing we can do. We have to ignore it. We just can't engage, guys. I keep saying it. A lot of people are still in the mass psychosis for it. A lot are coming, well, they're not really, it's not that they're coming out of it, but they're just not seeing any point to it. Like I said, they've got other things to worry about. So you've got to take care of yourself and make sure you don't get triggered by any of this nonsense and garbage that's going to be coming out. Even if someone's starting to talk about masks or just don't engage. Don't go there. Do not go there, guys. It'll just trigger up all our old memories and stuff. And we can't afford to go back there. We have to keep moving forward. That's the message from the guides. Do not get triggered by any. See, they're all little tests. If you think about it, it's like the universe says, have you really dealt with your stuff, Chrissy? Like, you know what I mean? This is kind of what they do. And then they throw something in your face and you just get all frustrated again. Don't let that happen. Be stronger than that, you guys. Just ignore it. What I do now, sometimes I try to pretend I'm on a different reality. Well, we are on a different reality. I think we know that here. But I pretend that, off you go. I sort of feel sorry for people, and I go, in my mind, I don't actually, but I go, you're on that different reality. That's how I try and put it into perspective now, and I kind of move myself away from it, and I see them like walking off. It was like when I saw my girlfriend the other day, I was telling you about that one that had the face paralysis after she would have had a picky because she was completely pickied up, and she's the one that sent me the health order in the early days that they weren't allowed to come near anyone who wasn't, had the picky. And when I saw her the other day, I didn't feel anything. I made sure I just saw her just drift into the distance, like she was no longer even in but she was there, I reckon, as a little test, and we're all going to get these little tests. So make sure you stay in your strength, your power, and ignore. Don't let your feelings run away with you, kind of thing. Don't let them run away on you, rather. All right, let's see if there's anything else. Getting New Zealand. I'm getting the capital Wellington. Is Wellington the capital? It is, isn't it? Windy Wellington. That's all I can think of. I don't know where Chris is it Luxton, is it? He might make a visit. See, I think the people are warming to him. I keep saying he's not bad, and you'll get a little rest till after Christmas, and then we'll come back. But I feel like he's doing the rounds, like he's trying to meet and greet the people. He's trying to, look, he is trying. He's trying to let people know he's there for them. He's trying to let people know that he understands the crisis and the cost of living stress they're going through. He's trying to get in touch with the little people and really, probably pretend, but he is trying to hear the little people. He wants them to feel like he's got their back. That's what he wants them to feel in New Zealand. So I feel like he's going to kind of do this touring. It might not be happening yet, but he's going to do a little bit of a tour of New Zealand. It'll be interesting to see how people respond to him too, guys, because he really hasn't done anything to rub people up the wrong way as yet, because he doesn't. So I feel like, he's going to be kind of welcomed by the people, I think, because he's a fresh change. I mean, look what you went through. You went through that jab cinder nightmare, and then you had Hippo. Like, what a circus show it all was. So this guy's actually, well, I call him the court jester because he likes people's eyes on him. But he's very professional, and that can win people over. If you sound confident and know what you're talking about, that wins people over because they feel like they're safe and someone's in control of them. Unlike Biden, for example, who is not making people in America feel confident. Chris Luxon's like the opposite. He's nurturing people. That's what I'm getting. He feels like he's making people feel like he's got control. He's got the reins. Nothing to worry about. I've got yous. That's what I'm getting around Chris Luxon at the moment. But we're going to come back in January and talk about him. All right. I'll see if there's one more thing and then we'll pull some cards, guys. Oh, getting Papua New Guinea. What is happening in Papua New Guinea? That's the island up the top of Australia. We know China's taken over Solomon Islands. I think Elbow was in the Cook Islands. I'm not sure where that is. Probably up there somewhere. Palachuk went to China Panda 2, guys. Did you know that? Up in Queensland? Anastasia Palaszczuk. One of Elbow's little plebs that works up in Queensland. She went on a visit too, talking about trade and things like that apparently. But I am getting this Papua New Guinea, and I've got the feeling, is there diamond mining or something of value in Papua New Guinea? I've talked about the tribal fighting, but I'm also feeling, we know Panda's trying to get its mitts in, but there's something going on in Papua New Guinea. I'm sure we'll hear about it down the track, although it's probably all hidden from us, isn't it? They never really tell us the truth. Let me see if there's one more thing. Hang on, guys. I'm getting Maui, Hawaii. This is just bad over there. I'm getting people are really disturbed. The more that the stories are coming out from the little people and peasants and Lego people who got like trapped on the island and not helped by their government, it's starting to really horrify people. People are scared in Hawaii. I keep saying it. They're on high alert. I think they've still got fires burning there too, which makes everybody unsettled. And see, the thing is, the government knows that. So they're not going to put them out anyway. They just let them burn, thinking, well, this is a good way to control the people and get the little peasants under control. So people over there are very, very, their nerves are heightened, is what the guides are saying. This is all very uncomfortable in Hawaii. It's really sad. It's just sad. People are really, what's the word? They're really mortified by what went on. It's like scarring. Like it leaves a wound. Like you get a bad scar. It can leave a big sort of memory, and not just a physical wound. It can leave a mental wound. And I feel like that's what's happened to the people in not only Maui, but also Hawaii. This has left a big scar on the people. That's done a lot of damage to that country, those islands. It really has. See, it's the unknown. That's what I'm getting. It's the unknown. Because people can't put the puzzle pieces together, like I said to you. Oh, yeah, they've already come up, cleaned up, got the bulldozers and pretty much got rid of all the evidence. So there's zero proof. We know that. But, you know, what happened leading up to all that, they don't know that people didn't get pictures. So you don't know. And this is why I'm saying they've brought lawyers in from over on like mainland areas. They've gone outside of the islands to get the help that they need and the support. So you don't know what's happened leading up. If someone hasn't filmed something or someone's got some proof, you don't know. So fingers that somebody has. I don't know how you would address that though. Like, it's so messy, isn't it, when your government's like corrupt? Oh yes, guys, we know how that goes. How do you fight something like that? It's not easy. We all know it's not easy. We all stood up against our government, guys, didn't we, way back when? And man, it was challenging. And that's the thing. That's the interesting thing, isn't it? The hypocrisy of everything. Like here we are, we're all getting these pro-Palestine, Israel, Gaza event protests. Quite volatile at times, like quite scary. Jews can now not walk anywhere. Basically, they have to take their little hats off. They can't identify themselves because they will get, people have already been bashed here in Australia and that. We know it's happening. But of course, if you stand against your government, like I said, you get the rubber bullets, sonic devices, capsicum spray, all the above, and you're not allowed to do that. So, but as long as it's causing division, they're allowed to do it. I just, honestly, how did the world even get here, guys? I don't know. Anyway, I think it's time we pull some cards because I'm rabbiting on now. And there's just so much going on. Let's pull an Awaken card. Actually, we might pull 3 of these. I'm feeling that eagle energy today. Did anyone find the Sphinx at all? How hard was that to manifest? I haven't even got it. It's not easy sometimes manifesting and allowing things in. Body's wisdom. I honor the wisdom of my body. Oh, that's nice. It's like yoga and just going with the flow, isn't it, guys? I've been doing my Qigong, just trying to change the Qi and energy in my body. I know you guys are going through your ailments and struggles with your aches and pains. It's up and down like a yo-yo, isn't it? One day you're all right, next day you're stiff. Like, you got to keep doing anything that makes you feel supple. Doesn't matter what it is, just keep moving, guys. Boundaries. I'm powerful and protected. See, we always have that protective bubble around us, don't we, guys? And not only the protective bubble, but that's our guidance as well, the way we get guided by our guides. But it's also, we put it there. We make sure we protect ourselves now. We've got very, very Well, we've learned over the years how to protect ourselves. We are energy. I am powerful creator with energy. Oh, that's true, isn't it? We actually know that, don't we? And that's that black burglar suit I talk about, where we camouflage and we blend in to our surroundings. We're very good at that, almost like a chameleon. We are energy. I'm powerful creator with energy. And we are very creative. We've really tapped into our creative juices and get them flowing now, don't we? Because that's how you uplift your soul. You get creative. Oh, sorry, guys. I was just looking for my cover. Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. We'll pull one of these for an outcome. Yeah, a lot of us get quite creative now, don't we? Following your passions and getting creative is what uplifts your soul. Oh, guys. Oh, there goes Charlie. She doesn't know I'm home. I'm normally gone by now. I keep getting this card. I just turned this card twice. And we had it the other day, so I'm going to have to show it to you again. Sacred living, spirit speaking, intervention. You couldn't do that, could you? We were talking about like maybe burning incense, candles, using beautiful fresh herbs. It's almost like she's making a potion. That's what I was saying. It's a beautiful card. I'm going to pull one more because we had this the other day. But that just came up twice. So there's some sort of message in that card. And I guess if you think about it, she's creating her own life. She's creating it, isn't she? She's creating whatever she's... What you're putting in is what you're getting out, is the message I'm getting from that card. I might pull one more around this because, yeah, we've had that. That's so weird. That's so weird. We've had that. Oh, fairy energy, growth, expansion, and flowering. Yeah, and that's us. It reminds me of your fairy garden, Louise. Fairy energy, though. It's like this magical energy that helps us to grow. You know, we always look for new information. We love learning off other people. That's what we're like on this channel. We realise that you can't just stay stagnant like the still water that grows moss on the rocks. And we've got to keep flowing. So we've got to keep the magic alive in our life, haven't we, guys? Like, keep the magic alive. Growth, expansion, and flowering. So blossoming into who you really are. How about I pull one more for these guys? Some interesting messages today. Oh, beautiful. Open like the lotus, flowering spirit, revelation, maturity. Oh, so we're reaching maturity now with our ascension process. We're coming into full bloom. Which is really nice. The lotus reminds me of Liliana's book, Finding Stillness, on Amazon, that one I was telling you about that my girlfriend wrote. Open like the lotus. Beautiful. And if you think, when I think of the lotus, I always think about how that beautiful flower rises out of the murky water and mud. Out of dark times comes this absolutely incredible flower, which is us. We've gone through some dark times, haven't we, guys? Most of you here would have gone through traumas, dark night of the soul, depression, so many things. And here we are today, like just seeing the world through a very different lens and seeing the world with colour. It's like you've gone, that's what it's actually like, isn't it? It's like the awakening process is like you've gone from a black and white world to a world of colour. That's how, and with different feelings and everything like that, like a black and white TV and you go to colour and now they're like the colour with the 3D pixels and all that. It's like, wow, you know, that's what the awakening process is like, isn't it, guys? All right, it's time to pull our 2 viewers today for their cards. And today I'm going to be pulling you, Chris. Chris, you and I chat a lot on this channel and I knew that you would laugh about the Optus phone networks and things going down. And it's Chris HC3GE, just so you know I've got the right Chris. So I'm going to pull you an angel answer card, Chris. We'll see what messages come up for you today. You're awesome, Chris. You always write to me. We always tell each other what's happening in each other's sort of world or where we're living. And we always sort of end with the government can shove it all. We don't want it to. We both really love nature too. I know you love your camping and all that sort of thing. Patience. Wait. You're a very strong character, Chris. Here we're getting that, like, it's I guess you could call it like a lightsaber thing. It's like a sword, isn't it? You're really in your power, and you're getting a little frustrated, and I can totally understand why. But just wait. It's happening, Chris. People are waking up. The truth is coming out. Stay in your inner power and strength. Just stay there. Look how grounded this card is. Like, beautiful energy. Charging forth. He's got the sword up. That's what I'm getting for you, Chris. Just keep charging forward. Stay in your power, but wait. Wait. Patience is a big thing that you need. You need patience. And I know, Chris, that waiting isn't easy. Waiting gets very tiresome, is the word. I think you get tired of the waiting. It's like we all do a little bit here, Chris, because it's like it's been slow as a snail. I say it all the time. People waking up has been as slow as a snail. And especially when you're watching it from like the sidelines, it's like sitting in a grandstand just waiting for something to happen. But be patient and just keep staying in your strength. That's a message I'm getting from you for you today, Chris. Just stay in your strength and wait. And the sword's like charging forth. The visual of that sword is that real charging forth. But really charging forth with your own life too. Not staying still and stagnant again, you know. Keep moving forward as well, Chris, because you still got to live your life around it as well. You can't just sit there waiting. I think that's what the guides are saying. Just keep moving forward. Let's pull you a soul expression card, Chris. Whoa. Cycles. I respect the cycles of nature. I honor the shadow and the light within me. I plant positive seeds for my future. There you go. You just got to start a new cycle now. I feel like you have planted positive seeds for your future. I feel you're actually a very good visualizer, Chris. I feel like you do see things ahead of time, and I do think with that card of cycles that you understand that things are in cycles, that they go around and then you move on. It's like it's just a cycle that you go through. I feel like you have a very good understanding of the cycles of life. I know you would with nature because you're always out in nature, and I know you spend a lot of time observing. I feel like you follow things too. I feel like you follow things from beginning to end, which is also a cycle. If you think about the life cycle, you think about, what is it, a larvae, is it, that goes to a caterpillar, that goes to a butterfly? Well, that's a cycle. A frog, for example, has a life cycle. We all have a life cycle. And I think you're very good well, it says there, I respect the cycles of nature. I honor the shadow and the light within me. And I feel like you're very balanced, Chris. That's what I'm getting. When I see that light and shade within you, I see the yin-yang symbol. It gives me the yin-yang symbol. You have got very good over time and through experience at balancing your life. It's like exactly like what you do. You go to work, you're around all this silly, crazy energy, but then you go out in nature. You know how to balance it. You find this really good balance point. It's like the seesaw. When you're feeling too much of this, you go back there and feel more of that. I feel like you're because you understand the cycles. That's just what I'm getting. I feel like you've got really good balance with your shadow. Like it says there, I honor the shadow and the light within me. So you also honor the darkness, but you honor the shadow. It's like the cards, Chris. This is you, right? You're the yin yang. You're very good at finding balance between the light and the dark. And that's what I'm getting. I hope that makes sense to you, Chris. You're a very balanced person, but you also have to keep visualizing your future. I feel like sometimes you might get a little stuck with that, and where you're going, where you're heading, what's next. And I think, you know what trips you up, I think, Chris, is you're when you're doing that, you focus on everything else. Instead of focusing on everything else, I want you to the guides are saying, just focus on you and where you're heading. Because what happens is the rest will fall away. The rest will just fall away and disappear into the distance. It was like I was saying with my friend. I pull myself away from it, so it drifts further and further away. I pretend they're on a different reality. Well, you have to start kind of doing that, is what the guides are saying. Don't think your reality, even though I know to a degree we get the ripple effect, but just ignore all of this and keep doing you. That's why you get that sword, charge forth. Be patient too. And put your thoughts on the right things is what I'm getting for you, Chris. I'm just going to pull one more card for you, Chris, because I'm getting that. Because you're in between. Oh, there you go. Child, remember the feeling of childlike wonder. Surrender to the unconditional love you deserve. There you go. Sending you unconditional love, Chris, from all of us here on this channel. So I feel like that comes from childhood. Everyone deserves unconditional love. That's why a lot of us here love dogs, because they're so unconditional, aren't they? So I feel like sometimes, yes, that's it's something from your childhood, Chris, that causes you to, and it could be that fear of making decisions to move forward, and that as well. Make sure you keep doing that. Don't worry about all of this. I know it can affect us, but honestly, this is about you now. You're now an adult. You can make all your own choices. I know you're very strong and good at doing that too, Chris. So remember the feeling of childlike wonder. Go back. You know what you got to do, Chris? You got to go back to those childlike things that made you really happy inside. I want you to really think about it now. What made you happy inside as a kid? For example, mine was dogs. That's why I got Sprocket, because dogs always made me feel secure and happy. Yours will be different things, Chris. I want you to write down 3 things today. It could be music, could be anything in the world. It could be just going in the tent, like I know you like camping. So I want you to go and do that. Think from the child mind of Chris, and focus on what makes you happy, not waiting for everybody else to wake up or make you happy, because that's not going to make you happy, even if that was to happen. So I want you to focus on you now. I hope that makes sense, Chris. Yeah, interesting. You're very good with your yin yang, though, and your personal balance. All right, who are we going to pull next? Next, I'm going to pull, yes, Nicole Nalawadsky. Is that did I say it right, Nicole? Nalawadsky. I think that's right. You know who you are, Nicole. You're always right on my channel. You're incredible. You always keep me up to date with everything that's happening where you are. Angel answer for you, Nicole. Let's see what you get. Most of the people on my channel know each other, guys, because we've all been here for quite a long time. A couple of years, I'd say. Oh, you got the peaceful resolution card as well. Interesting. Amber got this yesterday. Oh, you and Amber might be very similar in your personalities. But I feel this is different today. I feel like, Nicole, you're looking for peaceful resolutions. You're looking for peace in your life now. I feel like it's time. You've had turbulent ups and downs. I mean, most of us have. But I feel like now you're reaching a place where you're needing to find that sense of inner calm. I'm feeling very breathless in the chest, Nicole. I feel like you're hyperventilating. I feel a lot of panic and overwhelm. Almost a little bit of dread, actually. I know that sounds terrible, but I'm just going to have to tell you what comes through. A lot of fear rising. I feel your throat tightening up. You've got to find a sense of calm in your life. It's really important that you find a peaceful place. And the thing is, Nicole, what you got to remember, when you find a peaceful place and you calm your mind, body, and spirit down, it creates calm around you. It's like anyone. People will then start to calm around you. If you start taking on people's energy, you're no help to them. You've got to calm yourself down to get a different aspect of the other people around you. It could be anyone. But this is what I'm getting for you, Nicole. You've got to find some peace of mind. I feel like cluttered mind, you've got too much going on in your mind, way too much going on in your mind. You would be a person that would benefit from like Paul McKenna hypnosis, about how to calm your mind and give you more energy. Like, he's very good. Maybe think about that. Listening to an Eckhart Tolle about how to clear your mind. I feel like you're not clearing your mind. You need to find the peaceful place. There's too much clutter and you're jammed up in the throat and the chest. There's a lot going on here and there's a lot going on here. It's all too tight. I can hardly breathe even talking about it. My chest is like, it's almost saying like you almost need an asthma puff. Like, you know, the Ventolin, asthma, people call it. Oh, like I actually feel a bit physically sick, because I feel like you're overwhelmed a bit, Nicole. And you need to open up. You need to open up these airways. You've got to get your breathing right. I feel like you're shallow breathing, and this affects your whole body. Meditation would definitely help. Just sitting for 10 minutes and listening to somebody taking you through a meditation. I've got some. Go check some of mine out. Maybe you resonate with me. There's lots of other people that you could do as well. If you type in playlists on mine, you'll get some. But I do feel you need to take care of yourself. I feel like you push yourself aside to take care of others, but it's at the detriment of your health. It's no good. You can't keep doing that anymore, because without your calm peace of mind and your strength of power, there's no energy. It's saying pretty much in the household. You're got to be the energy tower. That's what I'm getting. They're showing me a tower of energy with all this light beaming out of it. And that's what the guides want you to be. They want you to be a tower of, well, I guess you could say a tower of strength. But you're not going to be a tower of strength if you don't start looking after yourself. So if you're tired, go and have a nap. If you're feeling depleted, go and put your mind on something else. It's showing me there's nothing wrong with going, for example, to the shops and buying yourself something special. Why wouldn't you do that? You know, that's what the guides are saying, Nicole. Go and look after yourself, nurture yourself. Go and buy yourself a beautiful candle. They're showing me like a vanilla and coffee candle or something like that. Get something that you really love. It could be strawberries and cream or something like that, a candle or something that burns and makes the energy uplifted in your house. You're going to be the energy tower, the energy strength in your house. It feels like it's in the house, I think. But it also flows out as well to the people around you. So very important now that you get your energy up and start breathing correctly. Nicole, I feel a real tightness in your chest and your throat and too much clutter. Way too much clutter in your mind. Time to clear the old mind. Do that spiritual decluttering that we talk about a lot here. Nicole, let's do a soul expression card. Whoa. Inner knowing. There is an inner knowing inside of you. It's communicating with you. Listen, you are correct. So I'm getting that for you, Nicole. You know, and your body is telling you what to do, and you have to listen to it. I'm getting something about a pie. Oh, I don't know why I'm just going to mention it. Cooking a pie or something about a pie. I don't know. I just have to give you the visual when it comes through. Like a pie, you have a favourite pie, or there's something that maybe there's a food that makes you really happy. An inner knowing. There is an inner knowing inside of you. And again, that's not, don't ignore your judgment of situations. Don't ignore things. And it keeps coming back to that tower of strength. You're the tower of strength. You're a good decision maker. Trust it, Nicole. You're very good at making decisions. You have a great inner knowing. You sense things, you know things. Things just are in your life. You understand I don't know why I'm getting the pie, but I'm just getting this like cooked pie. So maybe pies are very nurturing for you, so it's a memory. I don't know. But I am getting that your judgment of situations is very good. Please keep listening to your inner knowing, because that's your strength. And that's what the guides are saying. That's your strength. That is your energy. You're the energy tower. You've got really good strength. But don't let yourself get depleted, because when you get depleted, you have no help to anybody. And that's what I'm getting for you, Nicole. I hope that helped, Nicole. Don't know what the pie thing was about. Maybe you need to go and have a pie today to nourish yourself. I don't know. We get some crazy stuff on this channel, but at least we do have a laugh, guys, don't we? Let me see if there's anything else to close with today, guys. Hang on a minute. I'm getting this song by, I think it's David Bowie, is that Major Tom to Ground Control. Calling up, oh no, what's this song? Calling occupants of interplanetary craft. Do you remember that? What is that song? Oh, I don't know. I get muddled up sometimes. Calling occupants of interplanetary craft. Are we calling on the aliens today, guys? Like sometimes we do talk about maybe are we starseeds? I don't know. But I'm getting that song. And then I'm getting that Major Tom by David Bowie. This is Major Tom to Ground Control. I'm stepping in the dark. We're getting all these like strange space alien songs today. Hang on, let me see if there's one more thing. Oh, they're giving me so much stuff. Hang on, guys. You know what it's like at the end. Oh, I'm getting a song, an Aussie song actually, by, I don't know who it's by. Oh, I even know their name. I know them. I'm getting this song, Live It Up. Hey there, you with the sad face, come up to my place and live it up. You on the dance floor, what do you cry for? And live it up. Oh, I even know who sings it. It's an Aussie band. Sorry, guys. I can't give you the name of the band. I do know them, though. Oh, I've gone blank. Anyway, we've got to live it up. That's basically what type it in. Live it up, and it'll come up, guys, on your YouTube feed. That's what I'm getting. We've got to live it up. It's important. It was like you're reading, Chris. You know, focus on you. This is what we've all got to start doing. Focus on us. Like Nicole, keep your strength up. Let's focus on us, guys. It's really important. We've got to live it up. We might not be on the dance floor, but we've got to live it up. I wish I could think of the name of the band. I know them really well. They're an Aussie band. Let me see if there's one more thing, guys, because I've totally confused you now. Hang on. Oh, they won't stop. Oh, they're giving me, is it a Beatles song? Yes. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. And I do appreciate you being around. Won't you please, please help me, help me. But what I'm getting is you got to help yourself, is what I'm getting. And that's what I'm going to leave you with today. Help yourself. Everybody focus on yourselves. And it's not in a selfish way. It's with great humility, but it's about keeping your strength up, because when we all go down, we're no use to anybody, are we? And that's a general thing. So, Nicole, you helped all of us with your reading today. All right, I'm going to say goodbye for today. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Hit the like buttons, subscribe if you'd like to, and please comment down below. Let me know how your little readings go, and I will talk to you very soon. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day. I'm off to paint the lounge room. Fun times. Okay, bye, everyone. Bye.